As we head into the new year, I want to take a moment to reflect on a powerful tradition in the Black church that has deep historical roots that you may not know about, and that is Watch Night. I know many of us were dragged to Watch Night services growing up in the church, but you may not know the historical significance, and I would love to tell you about it. Watch Night services date back to the early 1800s, but they took a deeply significant meaning right before the Emancipation Proclamation. On the night of December 31st, 1862, enslaved and free Africans gathered in churches to pray, sing, and intercede for liberation and freedom. Before this, many African American church leaders had actually met with Abraham Lincoln and were lobbying in support of the abolishment of slavery. In attendance that night was none other than Frederick Douglass, amongst many other abolitionists. This was a night where they literally watched for the announcement of their freedom. For generations, Watch Night has been a night of prayer and anticipation of things to come, specifically waiting for the moment that would bring an end to the chain and yoke of slavery. They prayed for liberation, for freedom, and for the justice that has been long denied to our communities. And on that next day, January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Many African Americans gathered in churches across the nation, thanking God for the promise of freedom. It was a pivotal moment in history where faith and hope met action. In those same houses of worship, freedmen bureaus and other coalitions among African Americans and abolitionists started to form, where Black people could gain educational and political power as well as spiritual empowerment. This tradition reminds us that prayer is powerful, intercession is powerful, and even when it seems like change is far off, we can still pray with faith that God is going to move on behalf of the oppressed. As we step into this new year, or maybe you attend a Watch Night service this evening, let us remember those who are still waiting for their own liberation. Whether it is freedom from oppression, freedom from poverty or tyranny, freedom from injustice, or freedom from fear, we have the power to intercede. We can pray for the liberation of all people all around the world, those who are in bondage, those who are suffering, and those who are still waiting and watching for justice. Just as our ancestors gathered on Watch Night, we too can pray with anticipation and hope of better days to come. Let's keep the legacy of Watch Night going by praying with faith, hope, and perseverance. And may this year bring liberation and healing to all God's people.